Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the pros and cons of online school, because I know the school year just ended for most of us who's watching this video, including me obviously. And I know a lot of you guys are branching out trying to see what you guys are going to do next year for your senior or whatever year of school you're in. Online school is pretty much for everybody, so it doesn't really matter what grade you're in. But I'm just going to be telling you guys more about my experience and why I did it in the first place, and kind of how I convinced my parents, and you know, just little things that you need to know before you do it, and just things that kind of differ from your average regular public school. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and also just tell me more about your experiences in the comments. Alright, so I have my little folder, and I pretty much wrote down my ideas in here so that I'm more organized for this video, so I can just get straight to it. So the first thing I'm going to be telling you guys is pretty much why I switched to online school from public school. I don't really want to say public school, because online school is public school. It's free, and most online schools are anyway. Basically, the major factor of why I switched to online school was because the situation I was in, it hindered me from going to school. And you know, you have to have a certain amount of days that you attend school, and the thing that was going on with me, it kind of like prevented me from doing that. One, that's the law. You need to go to school. You can't just be missing school every day, because then it causes, you know, legal problems and stuff like that. Second, when I actually did go to school, it was just not, I wasn't happy. It was just such a negative environment all the time, from the teachers to the principals to the administration. There's just so many flaws in the system that I didn't realize until I left. Like, I just knew that I was unhappy, and I just felt like it was normal. You know, nobody just wants to wake up and go to school. Maybe some people do, I don't know. I didn't. I just felt like being in regular school, it was just normal to feel that way, but it wasn't. Like, it shouldn't be like that, especially now that I've been introduced to better. I can honestly say that it's the best decision I made in my life. It's literally brought my grades up from here to here, and I've always been an honor student. I've always been working hard. I've always, you know, like, dedicated myself to my work, but for some reason this year it was just kind of off. Like, I wasn't motivated. I wasn't really dedicated to doing my work. I feel like there should be a balance between your social life / everything you do outside of school, and then there should be school. It should be like a balance between those two. But with school, it was kind of like a routine. Like, I felt like a robot. It was like the same thing every day. Wake up at 5, get on the bus at 6, do this at 7, go to class at 7:15, and there were like 3-minute breaks in the hallway. Like, that doesn't give you time to do anything. Classes were 45 minutes. We basically had to complete our work in the time that they allowed us to have to complete it, and I feel like everybody works at different paces. I was always a fast-paced learner, so I would get what the teacher was saying, and I would do my work in that 45 minutes. But some people weren't as fast-paced as others, and I feel like, you know, you should have more time to work on that. But for those people who don't finish, you know, you have to take that home and do it for homework, you know, and it's just like you already have 3 pages of homework to do that night, not to mention the other 6 classes you have. So it's kind of like, you know, just it piles and piles and piles, and that's literally for every class. So you're getting a whole new set of homework because the teacher couldn't, you know, explain it in a certain amount of time to where you could get it done in that class. In high school, it's normal to have a job, and so when you get out of school and you go to your job, and then you get off, and then you're home for dinner, but you got this big stack of homework to do. You already have to wake up early in the morning the next day for school, but you were literally up all night trying to finish that homework that's due literally the next day. They don't give you enough time to actually sit down and focus on what you're doing. So when people are tired, they literally write anything. When I was tired those nights at 1 o'clock in the morning and I was ready to go to sleep because I had to get up at 5, I'm literally just not focused at all. I'm just ready to go to sleep. That's what's on my brain. Just to repeat all this over again, it's just like we're robots, and I just don't agree with that. If I gave you all the things that were wrong with school, we would be here forever. So let's just move on to the next thing. A lot of people ask me kind of like how to convince your parents. Let them know just what's bothering you with school, and just tell them how it would benefit you. Some people's parents just aren't going for that. They're just kind of like, no, you're not gonna be at home all day. And I feel like that's kind of like a because you're at school all day. You're doing this already. It's just at your home, in the comfort of your own home. And I feel like that kind of throws parents off a little bit, because, you know, they're going to work. There's nobody to, you know, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Just do something to prove to them that, you know, you're responsible enough to do it. If you already have good grades, you're probably set to go. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I'm sorry, but most times I'm sure your parents will understand where you're coming from, because you're not just going to wake up one morning kind of like, hey, I want to do online school. Like, no, it's probably just been built up frustration and letdowns from actual school. Another thing people ask me about is how long it takes to do a full day's classwork, and it kind of depends on how long it will take you based on what classes you take and how you comprehend them. One person might finish in 3 hours, the next person might finish in 5 hours, the next person might finish in 7. It literally all depended on your work ethic and pretty much how dedicated you were to it, because you could literally get all of your week's work done in 2 days. It just all depended on you. The assignments literally can take 30 minutes. So if you have about 5 assignments, you're literally only doing it for like 2.5 hours. The school day is pretty much over after that. Not stressful at all. You don't have homework because you're literally doing your work at home. So there's nothing to bag in your backpack and take with you after you finish doing your work all day. That doesn't happen in online school. So everything is just a better environment altogether. My advice to people switching to online school is basically to just stay focused. Don't start slacking off, because that literally can put you kind of behind. I don't recommend getting behind, but if you end up getting behind, they won't give you late penalties for that. It kind of just slows you down and kind of makes it harder for you to catch up. For my experience, I had all my assignments that week and they were all due at 11:59 the Friday night. What I like to do was do about 2 assignments, take a break, watch a YouTube video, eat dinner or something, and then I go back and do more work. Another tip is just to work when it's most convenient for you. If you have a lot of stuff to do that morning, then do your work at night. If you just rather work at night, then work at night. You know, work wherever. If you prefer working in a busy environment, go to Starbucks and do your work. Me, I just like to sit in my bed and get on my laptop, turn on a little bit of Spotify and do my work. That was what made my work environment more productive, but it's literally up to you. I also suggest to just stay dedicated the whole time. If you get a bad grade, redo it. It gives you the option to do your assignments at least 3 times to get a better grade, so it's virtually almost impossible to fail. You have so many chances. My last tip is to just take notes. I literally filled this entire notebook with notes. I honestly remembered everything that I learned this year just because I wrote it down and I took the time to just know it rather than just memorizing it for a test or something. So that was a big help for me. Now that I'm done with talking about what I experienced, let's get into the pros and the cons, because there are a few. So I'll start with the pros, because we're being positive here. The pro is nobody can tell you when to go to the bathroom. Like, I felt so strongly about that in school. Like, I literally hated when teachers, you could have went to the bathroom on your 3-minute hall break. I have gotten in trouble so many times for walking out of a class and going to the bathroom, because I just don't feel like you should dictate when I have to pee or not. It's just the craziest thing ever. Like, ugh. Number 2, I just didn't like waking up in the morning, but I loved getting dressed up, so I couldn't relate. But if you don't like doing that, you literally can do your schoolwork all day in your pajamas. I mean, I don't think that's healthy. I feel like you should get up and take a shower and get ready and get dressed and whatnot, just to keep you, you know, feeling up and awake. But some people don't, and I feel like some days when I wasn't feeling good, I literally sat in the bed and just in my pajamas did my work. Number 3, speaking of sleep, you literally don't have a time to wake up in the morning and do your work. It's neither here or there. You just wake up whenever you want to, kind of, and do your work. I pretty much woke up most times around 10, and I'd probably take a shower and stuff and eat breakfast, and then I would do my work. 4, I think that was 4. I just feel like you have more free time to do whatever you want to do. For me, it was kind of filming videos and stuff like that. I just had more time to do whatever I wanted to do, just as long as you get your work done. Now let's get into the cons. One con is that you're probably gonna lose a lot of friends, but I kind of wouldn't even call them friends. They're kind of like acquaintances, but you never really talked to them outside of school anyway. Your real friends are still gonna mess with you even though you don't see them every day. If not, then they're not a real friend to start with. But I mean, some people feel strongly about that, so that's a con. If you don't have those friends at times, you can get lonely, I guess. I'm a very social person. I talk to everybody, so, you know, just it didn't happen to me, but it can happen to you. If you feel like you would get lonely and stressed out just being by yourself a lot, then it's not for you. The last con is that it can be distracting being around, you know, your laptop, your TV, your food, your friends, and everything. It can just get ahead of you, which is what happens to a lot of people in college. But I feel like if you manage your time wisely, you won't let that happen to you. So that's pretty much what I've been preaching to you guys this whole video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All in all, I feel like online school is just the better option. You're kind of in charge of what you go through in online school because it's literally all up to you. It's your responsibility, so you can't really blame anybody but yourself if you're having a hard time or you're not feeling, you know, good about it. But I feel like it gives you more say-so in what you do, and I just feel like that can be the best thing for you guys, especially making you more responsible and more independent, because that's what the goal is in high school. You know, you're supposed to be becoming into yourself and figuring out what you want to do with the rest of your life. Like with me, I'm literally 17, graduating in a month, just because I've done all my classes. You don't have to have all these extra weird classes that you don't even need to take to graduate, and I just feel like that makes a difference. Like, I just took 9 classes in the course of like 4 months, so it's just so many things and possibilities that you can get that you can't get in regular school, and that just amazes me. Yeah, that's just how I feel about online school. I hope to help you guys out in deciding if you want to do it or not. I hope it just helped you guys out, period. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some of you guys' experience in the comments, and don't forget to like and comment, and definitely subscribe just to see my face more often, obviously. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.